What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I got a video here from CC Less Than Three. She's based in South Korea. So, and of course, a lot of her subscribers are mostly, mostly females. So it's going to be a lot of, female content. So, but yeah, this was kind of interesting. Confessions of a former Korean F boy, and he gives us 2 cents what to do. So let's see and what he says, and let's get into the video.
This is CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. This video will not be like the usual. I got an email, and the way this email started off triggered something in me. This person addressed me as Bodum. Now, for those who don't know, Bodum was my Korean name, and the only people who knew that either saw like the 1 or 2 videos I did where I mentioned it back in like 2018 or 2019, or that means they met me in person. Like, y'all see the title of the video, right? And y'all see what's on the thumbnail. So the way this email started off: hey Bodum. By the way, Bodum means full moon. I'm a hoe for the moon, if y'all didn't know. Keep the moon tattoo. So then they went on to say, wow, I can't believe you a YouTuber now. You probably don't remember me. I'll link my Instagram. Maybe seeing my picture will remind you. And y'all, when I saw those pictures on his Instagram, I instantly did not remember him. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry. But it's still very nice of him to write this email. I don't know how good your Korean is, so I will try English. Forgive me, I used to be a fuckboy and I regret you met me at this time because you seem like an amazing girl. I would be lucky if I dated you. That's sweet. It was in 2019 at Celine's old club in Hongdae before it closed. Now, I do remember that because I remember going to that club in like February 2019, right after I went paragliding in Gangwon-do. Roll the tape.
Yep. And choose your shelter. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Bye. So this definitely does add a bit of credibility. Like, I probably did actually meet this dude. I just don't remember. Because the only guy I remember meeting that night was this guy who put my hand on his dick. And that was traumatizing. So I think everything else, every other dude that I interacted with that night, blur, do not remember. Like, I remember what that guy looked like. And unless he had a lot of surgery, was a different age, changed his height, it's not the same guy. So he continues, I'm grown-up adult now and more mature. I see a lot of your videos about bad Korean men. I see many videos like this on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and I sincerely want to apologize for the experience foreigners have in my country. It brings shame. Unfortunately, when we are young, we are lost. When we are young, we are selfish and uncaring. Only when we mature, which sometimes take too long, we become better. I want to write you to offer a unique side of former fuckboy, not to make excuses for poor behavior, but maybe to understand better.
Okay, so yep, the former F boy. He's just gonna go through all the steps of when how many foreign chicks, how many Korean chicks, and yeah, I think I don't know what he looks like, but I think yeah, he's pretty handsome, has everything, and just I'm just like okay. So, and of course, there's always those little things because, when you're in Hongdae or Itaewon or some of these clubs that late at night, when I was younger, you know, a lot of stuff can happen just like around the world. So, yeah, so let's continue.
So, yeah, guys, this video is not going to be like a typical traditional story time. I literally just wanted to read his words because it's not like a story, he just kind of explaining, offering his insight. I promise you this is worth the watch. His words on what he did as a fuckboy, his friends' influence over him, how it affected him, what made him change, and he even offers some tips and advice if you do want to date a Korean guy more sincerely and genuinely. Because English is not his first language, some of this may sound a bit unnatural, but I didn't want to like change too much because I wanted it to sound like it was coming from him because it is. I felt like I was able to understand, so I hope you guys will be able to understand too. So let's go. I started going to clubs as soon as I turned 19, most time in Hongdae. Clubs are a bad place to meet someone honestly. It's okay for fun, but not for a sincere match. Back then, I was insecure and hurt. I drank a lot to forget, and it made me feel good to be cold to people. I can't explain, but I'm being honest now, and it's like therapy. I didn't have positive thoughts about myself. I was even suicidal. Young man is feeling invincible. Youth is wasted on the young. When I went to club and talked to new girls, I felt good. If new girl was interested, to me that made me better. I feel short boost and confidence, but I don't have skills to keep the girl interested, so I ghost. I leave her before she has the chance to leave me. Talking to one girl was boring.
I had one girl, too boring. Two girls, that was cool for me.
In high school, my friends laughed if I only liked one girl. They encouraged me to cheat and lie because it was funny to us. Then ghost before feelings became real. It's easier to ghost than to have to talk about ending a relationship. Looking back now, it's obvious wrong. I think only confident men can treat women the right way. Because we're insecure, we ghost, tease, and we're mean to the people who care. I was only about 26 when I met you, and I was still the same as my 19 age self. That's regretful. I think I ruined many chances to meet good people and make friends and positive relationships. I was very reckless. I spent years meeting girls in club and online, using them, then ghosting. In the process, I met
Okay, so one thing you see from an F boy, yeah, lots of ghosting, lots of cream. It's not, and some of it is like, yeah, well, you know, of course, the language barrier. He doesn't want to explain himself, or just to be a prick or a dick. He just like, yep, screw this. I'm just gonna ghost her. Screw this. Bye, bye. It's just like, okay, no explanation. So yeah, so these days, like if I get ghosted by a chick, I'm like, okay, done, and that's pretty much it. So you kind of feel that when you're like, okay, she not responding the way. And of course, I don't mess around here in Korea. Easy go somewhere else. But yeah.
many girls who now don't trust men or expect the worst behavior from men. I see many foreign girls talking with Korean guy, but I also hear what they say when the girl is not around. They say hurtful things like it will be easy experience, brag about having so many, one yesterday, different girl tonight, make fun of the weight, and they will find cuter or skinny one the next day. Of course, we don't all do this. Some men are normal and great, but I was one of the bad ones. There was a girl I met and I finally grow up and become mature. It was a few years ago before my military enlist. I met the perfect girl, but I wasn't good to her. Even though I treated her poor, she stayed around. I cheat on her because I want many women before military, and she forgave me always. I think she would always be there, but one day she had enough. One day she left, and I miss her still. It's cliche, good girl and bad boy, but when she left, I woke up. I tried to get her back, but I don't blame her for ending it. She's smart. Right after this breakup, I was the worst because I was hurt. I slept with whoever was interested and ignored them when I got what I want. After doing this, I felt more empty. It was not good, and the suicide.
Yeah. Oh, going back. Now I don't have the experience in the military because I'm from the states. But yeah, some of the guys told me like, yeah, and I don't know if it's true, but it would like your status as as an incoming soldier would be a little bit more if you actually slept with a few chicks. I don't know per se. Might not be everyone's experience, but they were telling me like, yeah, it would be good to sleep even if you like slept with an older woman or something. It was like a good idea. Like even there's some movies about this, like, yo, thank you. The guy's like, oh, thank you for sleeping with me or something. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, so sometimes you might, yeah, go into the military if you slept with a couple chicks. I don't know. Your status is okay, but I just think, okay, whatever. But it could be various different opinions. But yeah, that's what I heard. But I could be wrong. So don't like, oh, you're wrong. So just per se.
Suicidal thinking comes back. I thought of my ex a lot and missed her. I realized I need to find one woman I love and start again.
Mhm.
So I used Tinder. I find the perfect woman for me. She is beautiful, smart, kind, and sexy. She is a foreigner, so she expected the worst of me at first, but I wanted to correct the thinking. We celebrate 100 days and we still counting. Sometimes a good relationship can come from Tinder. I don't cheat on her. My family thinks of her highly. She told me it was good thinking to write this email for other people. She watched many videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, but few videos from Fuckboy. As former fuckboy, I offer help. Not to make excuses for fuckboy, because I was one of them, but I have pity for fuckboy. Fuckboy is insecure, lonely, weak, bad guy, and pathetic. Instead of anger, have pity. They need new women always to feel good about self. It's sad to not have skill to build relationship. When I look back at myself, I wasted time with too many women, and it's not healthy living. Have fun, of course, but don't be cold and dismissive, especially if they care for you. I learned this the hard way. We can't treat women bad, then call them crazy or get angry when they have poor thinking of us. If there is a foreign woman who wants to date in Korea and find a Korean guy sincerely, I have a few tips. This is the tip portion of the email in the video. 1. Don't go to club.
Don't.
Fuckboy lives in club. Club is where I find many one night, then ghosts. If you also want one night, congratulations, it's easy. Korean guy is really easy, but if you want real Korean, don't try to meet them at a club, especially in Hongdae. Club is where I see the worst Korean guy.
Okay.
Guys kiss girls quickly, guys grope, and they take advantage of drunk girl. 2, don't ignore bad behavior or bad signals. Don't think it's because culture difference. Sometimes excuses are made, but bad guy is bad guy in any culture. If he doesn't communicate, if he is gaslighter, if he moves too fast, if he lies, if he only calls and texts you late, if he tells you he loves you too soon, these are common ones, and there's no excuses for Koreans. We are all the same. 3, learn.
Okay, just per se, yeah, what is it? A lot of the experience of the foreign girls, the Korean guys tend to like love bomb you. I love you. I love you. Oh yeah, I love you. So yeah, that's just a common thing. It's not just not an et boy thing. It's just kind of like the Korean guys are like, oh, I love you so much to the foreign girls. I'm just like, oh my god. So yeah.
Korean. If you want to impress Koreans and the family, learning Korean is a good idea. We are shy about English and other foreign language. We may not see foreigners seriously if there's a language insecurity. Some are great at English and confident, but many are not. Add Korean to online profile. I will most likely reply to girl who speaks Korean than a girl who doesn't. Number 4, if you try online, avoid profiles. Avoid profiles with fun, dom, sub, language exchange, FWB, ONS in bio. Profiles that seek foreign girls, and avoid guys who talk about sex straight away. If a guy wants to talk to you, he will. When I decided to find genuine relationship, it was easy. I had detail about my life, my interest, and what I want. Also, don't have sexy profile. This is controversy, but many women profile has bikini, lingerie, breasts, butt, and other sexy pose. When a guy sees this, he thinks this. It's hard for him to take you seriously.
That is in general when like on their Instagram, girl wants to like dress up and be a thought or a 304, that's just like an obvious thing. So yeah, so this kind of applies to like everyone around the world. Oh, I'm a thought. I'm gonna be a 304. Oh, hot girl summer. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's in general.
After. Number 5, try to meet a guy through a friend or love matching event. Right now, Korea has Lonely Crisis. Many events are together for making and connecting younger people encouraged to date. Blind dates, speed dates, and even specialists to find the perfect partner. Number 6, it's okay for girls to make first move. Sometimes, guy feels shy or pressure to say hi and ask for a date. I like when a woman asks me out. And let me just say, every boyfriend I've had to ask out, and I don't mind it, I guess, but like it would also be nice to be pursued. So like I get that thinking, because even my exes were like, "Oh, I didn't know you liked me. Oh, I was glad you said something first because I wasn't going to."
Well, in today's time, okay, because and she knows in America, sometimes we don't approach chicks because we're just like we're tired of the like, oh, gaslighting. Oh, I need to talk to you. Oh, you don't make six figures. Oh, you don't have six-pack this, six-pack, six things down there. Oh, yeah, you don't have this. So no. And that's in Korea, it's a little different, but in America, you're just like, I ain't approaching. Once like he approaches me, cool. But if not, no. I'm just like, I'm done with it. And a lot of guys in America are checking out. And even in Korea, is mostly, yeah, like the shyness of English or most of the Korean guys goes, hey, can you go and talk? I'm like, no, you need to step up and talk to her. They're like, oh, but I want to ride the white horse. The term they want to sleep with a white girl. I'm just like, no, go up and talk to her. If you sound like a creep, okay, you sound like a creep, you're not going to win. I'm just like, go ahead, be my guest. I'm not talking, man. Because eventually, like, that's another problem why I don't have a lot of Korean friends, because they sit there and go, King, I need you to go talk to those chicks. I'm like, no. So here we go.
If a woman is confident, approach the cute guy and speak a little Korean. I want to apologize for how I treated girls when I was in youth. It's not fair, it's not okay. While I felt better, I made them feel worse. I can't speak for all men, but this is my thinking because I was like this. I grew up and I have more confidence. I feel more reward focusing on one woman instead of chasing new ones constantly. By the way, his English is great. That wasn't hard to read. I think I pretty much understand what he was saying, and I hope you guys do too. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but like I always found the occasional like English error to be kind of cute, like with plurality or like past and present tense. That's like adorable. That's fine. We understand you. I never in my wildest days expected to hear from like a reformed former fuckboy, and I wish I remember that night better. But it was a long day. Like we woke up early, went to Gangwon-do, and then went back to Seoul for clubbing. It was a long, busy day. I don't remember that much from that night, but I do remember the hand on the dick at Sali's Club in February 2019. But it was so nice of you to take the time to write this, and I think your girlfriend is right. It is really refreshing to hear this from like the guy's perspective. At least, he's not making excuses. He knows it's not okay. And, there's that girl that got away, and I'm sorry to hear that, but at least you grew from it. So thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Annyeong.
Okay, yeah, that was a nice video by Sis. And just real quick, like in America we have, Chad, Ray, Pookie, I think in Korea, maybe I think these guys' names are like June and the F boys. But the thing with these F boys, there's not like a vast amount of them, so they might look like, yeah, the Junes, the JUNs or something. I don't know what they call it here in Korea, even if I've been here 10 years, but I know all the Pookies, Ray, Chads, Tyrones, we have that term in the United States. So yeah, but I think we'll just call them the Junes, the F boys, and then, yeah, they just go and get whatever. And that's that, and of course, the ladies are chasing the top 10% of men in Korea too. So, 25 million, let's just break it down from 50 million, 25 million men. And then here's the other thing is, what percent of men, and a lot of them are not over 6 feet. It's maybe 2 or 3, maybe up to 5% that they're 6 feet and above, which is a lot more than the United States out of 350 million people. So just per se. So just something to think about. But yeah, so yeah, be careful of the Junes. Yep, the F boys. So, and you got some advice there. All right. So if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video.